Breaking the Wall of Dangerous Mosquitoes. John Palmer, Universitat Pompeu Fabra, Spain.
Hi. I want to tell you a story about Barcelona and Madrid. It's probably not the story you're thinking about. I don't know a lot about football, and I'm not going to talk to you right now about police violence and political repression, although I think that is a really important story that we should be talking about, and I'm happy to talk about it later. What I want to talk to you about now is mosquitoes. In fact, dangerous mosquitoes, like the one here and like the ones that Sri Lahari just told you about. One of the reasons that the diseases that we're worried about, many of the diseases that we're worried about these mosquitoes transmitting are on the rise, is that the mosquitoes that transmit them are invasive species, and they're very hardy, they're very good at being invasive species. In Barcelona, tiger mosquitoes were first detected about 15 years ago, and they were detected just outside of the city, and that was the first detection of tiger mosquitoes in Spain. And entomologists at that time, the mosquito control services, they did what they tend to do around the world when there's an invasive species. They started putting out ovitraps, and they put out ovitraps around the perimeter of the known area where the mosquitoes were living. So you can think about the mosquito invasion like an oil spill in the water, and the edge is spreading out, and the tendency is to put ovitraps around the edge. Ovitraps cost a fair amount of money, especially having entomologists go out and check them. And so you can't just put them everywhere, you need to put them where you think the mosquito is expanding to. And that works, but what we found in Spain was that the mosquitoes kept showing up in places that they weren't expected. We had a lot of ovitraps along the coastal area, but people started complaining about mosquitoes farther inland. And in fact, for months now, people have been complaining about mosquitoes in Madrid. And just several weeks ago, we finally, entomologists in Madrid finally detected tiger mosquitoes through ovitraps and officially declared that they were present. When colleagues and I started looking at this, my colleague Fred Bartomeus, Aitana Oltra, and others, we sat down and we said, why are we sending entomologists to chase around these mosquitoes, which is really difficult, when those mosquitoes are really good at chasing us? They find us very well. Why can't we just train our friends, our neighbors, their friends, their neighbors to identify these mosquitoes and report them? So we developed a citizen science platform called Mosquito Alert, which helps people learn to identify the mosquitoes, to report them. And the key to making this work is that we need to know that those reports are actually valid. So we have the entomologists who would be chasing mosquitoes in the field also looking at the photographs that the citizen scientists are sending to us. The other thing we need to know is where our citizen scientists are actually looking. And so we have a system for tracking where our participants are spending time while also protecting their privacy. And what we found is that the information we get from this system is comparable in quality to the information that we get from traditional ovitraps. It shouldn't replace ovitraps, and we'd really like to get some of Sri Lahari's traps as well, but it adds a huge geographical dimension. That allows us to look across a much broader scale. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.